Anyways, welcome again, guys. We are going to go further into web development. My first video kind of give you a little preps how to get started and how to get this notepad thing here. Now we're gonna go more in depth in learning all of this. Now before I go in depth, before I can start, I want to take this time to promote the website. It's Universal Infinitus. This is where the videos will be hosted. Well, the videos will be here in structured format. You'll have all sort of things here you can use. We have 2 videos you can watch to help with motivation. But this is the website. Check it out. It's uigroupja.com. That's it. Now let's go into the meat of the matter. The matter of the meat, or the meter, whatever you or however you say it. Now we will be using this site that we call W3 Schools. We'll be using just a little. It has a lot of information, and we will be using this information to help with your preparation. Right? Now, to get it into the meat of the matter, you need to know exactly what you're doing. Alright, now with learning web development, we have to learn things that we call languages. Now we have different languages that makes up a website. The primary language for a website is called HTML, and that's what is in every website. This is the primary language. This is what you have to learn first. Now with looks, we use a language called CSS. Now HTML is hypertext markup language, and CSS is cascading style sheet. Along with HTML and CSS, to create interactive and well put together websites, you have to learn what we call PHP, right? And you might have to learn something called jQuery. Hope that's spelled right. No. Come on. Q, where's my Q? Yeah, yes, jQuery. So these are the basic that you'd have to learn for now. You'll have to learn, probably have to learn SQL, which is a database management system, and some others. Yeah, you'll also be learning JavaScript. So you'll also be learning JavaScript, and when you combine all of these languages together, you get all the tools needed to build interactive and well put together websites. Now in my rest of my videos, you'll be learning each one of these languages, but we'll be starting with the first one, since it is what is needed first, is HTML. Now let's get back to this window. Alright, you can check out W3 Schools if you want. Now with the question you might be asking, okay, I'm gonna be learning HTML. What the heck is HTML? Okay, well, first of all, HTML stands for hypertext markup language, and really it is really a markup language, meaning you actually mark up the page with tags, with something we call tags. Right? A markup language is a set of markup tags. Now these tags describe document content, meaning these tags will tell the web browser, which is probably Google Chrome, Safari, whatever you're using. These tags will tell the web browser how to read the content, or what each content is basically. Now HTML documents contain tags, and when I say HTML document, each web page with this that you're viewing right here right now is a HTML document that's on my Google Chrome browser. Also, you need to remember that HTML documents are called web pages. Web pages are called HTML documents. You will see why that is so in a short while. Now, okay, so we've been talking about tags, and you know that HTML is a set of markup tags. It's a language of markup tags. Now, what is this tag? HTML tags, which is markup tags, we usually just call them HTML tags. These are either two pair of words, or two pair of element, I would say, put in curly brackets, but you can just call it whatever is in the curly bracket. HTML tag are keywords surrounded by, you call it angle brackets. So for example, you have this right here, so this is what we call, this is a tag, HTML. You have the HTML side and the angle brackets, right? Tags normally come in two pairs. You have a starting tag, which is normally written like this, and you have an ending tag, which is written like this. Now, the ending tag normally has this little slash in it. So anything between this tag and this tag belong to this element, which is the HTML element. I hope I'm not confusing you guys. Now here's a perfect example. This is one element, as we'd call it, and now this element contains tags. Now we have a starting tag and we have an ending tag. In between the starting and ending tag, we have the content. So remember this: starting tag, ending tag, content. Starting tag, ending tag, content. Right? Now an HTML element is made up of two tags, starting and ending, and a content. Now you have some tags that are just one. So you have some tags that are just one, which is just a tag with this slash at the end. Let me give you an example. Like for example this one. Now this is a tag that only has one tag to it. So you have two type of HTML tags. You have the one with open and closing, and you have one with it's just by itself. Now, web browser, everybody's supposed to know what a web browser is. It's either Chrome, internet, anything you use to access web page or go on the internet and browse. That is what we call a web browser. Now, let me just skip down to this quick and fast before my time is up. Now, we have different versions of this language. Every certain period, the developers would improve the language. I'm not going to go into all this detail, don't need to. All you need to know that we'll be using this one that's called HTML5, which was developed in 2012. HTML is still around, most websites use it, but come on, you're learning the new age, you're in the modern world, we'll be using HTML5. Now, this is the beauty with HTML5. Back in the past, you'd have to write out this long jumbo of code and this long jumbo of code. Now they simplified, and HTML5 is just this little short code right here, and you'll see why it makes sense later. Not later, let's do it right now. Alright, now a web site or a web page have to have certain elements in it. Now the first thing that every web page has to have is what we call a doctype, which is written like this. Is DOCTYP, doctype, HTML. Right. Now this is what we meant by HTML. This is what we meant by the doctype. Now imagine writing all of this, let me copy and show you right here. Imagine writing all of this right here. That would be just, and you have to write this on every page. Now this would be really stressful. You have to be writing this over and over again, when you can just write this short thing right here, which defines the website. Now I'm gonna finish this video right here, but before I go, let me just clarify Doctype. The Doctype is the tag that define the type of document that define the document of your web page. That's how your browser knows which one of these you are using, because after each one develops, you have a different, let's say you have more tags added, or you have change of tags. So for your, all you need to know that for your browser to understand this document well, you have to include one of these doc types. It's a must. You cannot leave it out, so it just makes sense. And for right now, you can just stick with